So Deontay Wilder stops Nicolai Firtha in 4 rounds. Firtha came out swinging. He decided to gamble. He didn't just want to lay back and be KO victim number 30. He wanted to give himself a chance. So he came out swinging. He rolled the dice. And that was somewhat admirable. Wilder, he handled the pressure quite well because Firtha really did come out charging like a bull. Wilder handled the attack fairly well. He tied Firtha up on the inside, didn't let him get any shots off. Managed to smother a lot of Firtha's attacks without, he wasn't holding excessively or anything like that. But he managed to successfully smother a lot of Firtha's attacks as Firtha came out. And he did actually drop Nicolai Firtha twice in the first round. They were both flash knockdowns, nothing seriously heavy. But by the end of the first round, Firtha's nose was bloodied. And Wilder was obviously well in control. Seemed, Wilder was relaxed. He did get caught in the opening seconds of the fight with a stiff jab, which kind of knocked him off balance. I don't think Wilder was hurt or anything like that, but he was knocked off balance. The fight continued. Wilder started working his jab a little bit, started moving around, bouncing, throwing that big right hand. And it was more of the same every round until the 4th round came. And he landed the final concussive KO shot. And Nicolai Firtha went down. And the referee stopped it before Firtha could get up. Firtha's obviously a very tough guy, but he was just outgunned by Deontay Wilder. He tried his best. He tried to get the big shots on. He tried to gamble. He knew he had to. He probably wasn't in good enough shape to even go very far in the fight. So he knew he had to gamble early on. He knew that he was, nowhere near as quick as Wilder and stuff like that. So he did what he had to do, but obviously didn't work out for him, and Wilder knocked him out. Now, Wilder does look untidy under pressure. He tends to look untidy, full stop, period. He tends to look untidy a lot in the ring. But he's got extremely long arms. I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder has got the longest arms in boxing. Again, I hate to have to labor this point, but I'm not talking about reach. I'm talking about arm length. I think Wilder may have the longest arms in boxing. Either him or Tyson Fury, just looking at them, have probably got the longest arms in boxing. And when you got long arms like that, sometimes you can look a bit gangly and ungainly and a bit untidy. And Wilder does look untidy in there. He does look a little bit awkward at times and a little uncoordinated at times. But when the punches get home, you see what happens to the opponents. Now, Tyson Fury also fought Nicolai Firtha, and it was a couple of years ago, but I thought Wilder did a better job than Tyson Fury did. I think Wilder, his punching power is ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous. He might be, obviously this is a very, very bold statement, and I'm not, making this as a claim. I'm just theorizing here. But he might end up being the closest thing we've ever had to a heavyweight Tommy Hearns. Again, I'm not saying that he will be, but I'm just throwing that statement out there because obviously he's got a tremendous right hand like Tommy Hearns. Not as coordinated as Tommy, obviously, not as fast. He's done nothing in his career. Obviously Tommy Hearns was a great fighter. But just in terms of the fact he's tall and lanky and he's a puncher, we've never really had a heavyweight version of Hearns before, and I'd love to see one. I was hoping Lennox Lewis would turn out to be the heavyweight version of Tommy Hearns when he teamed up with Manny Stewart, but Lewis was never really quite that aggressive and cavalier. But Deontay Wilder loves the KOs. He goes for the KO every fight like a young Tommy Hearns. So we'll see how his career progresses, but really and truly, he needs to step up some better competition. Apparently, he was trying to get a better opponent for this fight, but Nicolai Firtha was the only guy who was willing to take the opportunity at short notice. I think the fight was done at about 2 or 3 weeks' notice, so some bigger names apparently were approached, but they turned the fight down because it was too short a notice, and that's understandable. So we'll see where Wilder goes from here. Wilder thinks he's ready for a title shot. What do you think, people? You tell me. He's always got a puncher's chance. If he goes in there with Vlad and lands that big right hand, trust me, Vlad will go down like the rest of them. But if Vlad lands his shots on Wilder, Wilder's going to be in serious trouble as well. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this performance. Make sure you check out all my other post-fight videos. I've done a post-fight for Kell Brook against Shevchenko. I did a post-fight for Anthony Joshua against Paul Butlin. I did a post-fight for Brian Rose against Maciel. So make sure you check out all my post-fight videos that I've done. And hit me up in the comments about this fight. Who would you like to see Wilder fighting next? It'd be interesting down the line. I got to give a shout out to my boy, Jose Silva. A long time ago, he said to me, do I think that in the future we might see Anthony Joshua fighting Deontay Wilder? Well, it depends if both guys keep on winning, but I don't know. Maybe it is a fight we will see down the line. You know, maybe it's a fight we will see down the line, and it'll be an interesting fight. You know, two big punchers, two massive guys, two young guys, two Olympians. Be a great fight down the line. And either one of these guys in there with Tyson Fury, the heavyweight division is starting to get interesting again. We got Bermane Stiverne in there as well. You know what I mean? Young Andy Ruiz. It's going to be interesting few years, man. It's going to be an interesting few years coming up. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this fight and this performance and Deontay Wilder's future, where he should go from now. This is Hatman. I'm out.